Hello, my name is Tim, my company is Sports and Touring, and we are Jaguar F-Type specialists. In the run of F-Type production, Jaguar have offered various engines, starting with the 2-litre turbocharged 4-cylinder engine producing 300 horsepower, and going right up to the SVR with 575 horses on tap. And in the middle of that range were the V6s, with 340 and 380 horsepower respectively, until, that is, Jaguar decided it was time to spice things up a little, and they released the 400 Sport, a V6 with another 20 horsepower in a very distinctive and stylish aesthetic and with an amazing equipment list. And it's a delight to have another 400 Sport to show you. This is a really beautiful example in truly brilliant condition. Let's take a look around. There it is, the Growler badge on the front of this F-Type, as it's been on the front of so many Jaguar sports cars over the years, reflecting a splendid history of design and engineering achievement, of success in motorsport, and reflecting a company which is renowned for producing beautiful looking cars which deliver tons of driving pleasure and yet are eminently practical to own and to live with. And the F-Type, I think, does all of those things beautifully. Then we come to this example in rhodium silver. The paintwork is exceptionally good. It is very deep and full of shine and luster. The exterior condition is sensational. We're very fussy indeed, as you may know already, about the quality of the vehicles that we offer. This one sits up there with the very best of them. The wheels there in gorgeous gloss black with the correct P0 Pirelli tyres. The beautiful technical grey appointments like the side skirts and side vents and front and rear splitters. And then this car embellished by the carbon fibre bonnet vents and mirror covers. And of course, the beautiful aesthetic that comes from the panoramic roof and a light body colour, which means that we have this gorgeous flowing line of the A pillar coming back to the B pillar above the side windows. It is very, very easy on the eye indeed. The condition of the car outside, as I say, wonderful. Let's take a look inside. The car's supplied, of course, with 2 remote key fobs and the owner's book pack. But as on so many highly specified F-Types, keyless entry is one of the features. So pressing the button there on the door handle unlocks, causes the power fold mirrors to move out into position, and we can take a look inside. Starting with this beautiful door card. Jet with contrast yellow stitching, a feature of the 400 Sport series. And you can see it's all in stunningly good order. We've got the full memory seat package with adjustable lumbar support and meridian sound. And looking into the cockpit, everything from the tread plate through these beautiful performance seats with the 400 Sport logo, not embossed but stitched into the headrest, is in fantastic condition. The centre console and dashboard likewise. Sitting down into the car, and you have this feeling of an environment which is as much about technology as it is about artistry. The gorgeous instrument binnacle there with the rev counter and speedometer, this beautiful multifunction steering wheel, and a beautiful piece of design in the centre console. Let's take a look around in a little more detail, and we'll start perhaps with the panoramic roof, an enormous area of glass which lets the sunlight flood in, but if it gets too hot, of course, just slide the cover across and warmth will be kept out and you'll be remaining cool inside on a very sunny day. Between the seats, we've got a handy little stowage there with a little netting to retain perhaps your sunglasses. Under the armrest there, we've got a little cubbyhole with USB sockets, HDMI, and SIM card slots and a 12-volt power supply. Forward of there, the cup holders, of course. And to explore further, we'll start up the supercharged V6 using the start-stop button down there. As we do that, you'll see the instrument binnacle come to life and do its little self-test flying display, and then you'll see the centre air vent rise up into position. The engine over revs for a little while to protect the catalytic converters, of course, and we can enjoy that beautiful exhaust note. One of the best things about F-Type driving and ownership is the stunning sound that the exhaust delivers when you're driving. To the centre console then, and we've got buttons here for the Eco Stop Start, a button to deploy the spoiler manually, particularly important when you come to wash the car, traction control off, and the switchable active sports exhaust, which opens a couple of valves in the exhaust system and increases the throaty nature of the engine note. Electronic parking brake with hill start assist, and this gorgeous shift stick. It's a beautiful piece of design. There's a trigger on the front there, park button on the top, and pulling the trigger and moving backwards we go into drive mode. From there we can slide across into sports gearbox mode and shift up and down using the stick itself. Of course, at any time you can use the flappy paddles on the steering wheel, aluminium paddles on this car, and that enables you to shift while keeping your hands on the wheel and the car under complete control. Back over to the centre console, and the driving mode selector switch is very important. We're in standard driving mode at the moment. Pushing the switch forward selects rain, ice and snow, which calms everything down on slick surfaces, especially in the winter. And back through standard mode into dynamic driving mode, from vanilla to tutti frutti, and we see the instrument binnacle light up red. Dynamic driving mode is confirmed in the text there on the instruments, and we are ready with the car set up with the throttle and gearbox mapping altered, the suspension firmed up a little bit but not enough to be uncomfortable, and ready for dynamic driving fun. Back over to the console, and we've got dual zone climate in this car, so passenger and driver select their individual temperatures, and heated and cooled seats. The beautiful jet leather with the perforations enables the cooling function to work by blowing cold air against you as you sit in the seat, and the seats are heated as well for the cold winter driving. We've got, of course, air conditioning with timed recirculation and electrically heated front windscreen, those little electric elements that clear the windscreen so efficiently in the cold conditions of winter when frost or mist has formed on it. Up to the infotainment screen, and the F-Type infotainment is very well thought through. We've got a home page here. If we go left, we go to our configurable home page, where you can put shortcuts to the features that you'd like immediately accessible when you're driving. Back over to the home page, and we have the media options with various sources available, including the media library and iPhone in this case connected for Bluetooth media. Back over to the home page, you can see we have Bluetooth telephony. The climate control option enables you to direct the airflow as you wish and to synchronize the two temperatures too. Back home, and the navigation page enables us to select our destination, look at the map, plan the route and all of those things. It's very user-friendly, very easy to interpret. Back to the home page once more, and if we go right, you can see that we have in-control apps available. We'll talk you through how to get subscribed to that system if you choose to do so, having bought an F-Type. We've got valet mode, of course, and further across we've got configurable ambient lighting, so you can select the brightness and shade of the lighting in the cockpit to suit your mood. And we've also got dynamic eye, so in dynamic driving mode we can set up our own choice of engine, gear shift, suspension and steering between dynamic and normal. And also from this page we can see we have a stopwatch function with lap timer, G-meter and pedal position indicator and pedal graph. Very useful if you're going to go on a racetrack and have some tuition in how to drive better and faster. It's very fully featured then, a beautiful display, very easy to use as well. Over onto the steering wheel, and the left thumb pad gives us the infotainment controls and Bluetooth telephony button. The left stalk has the automatic headlights. Right hand thumb pad, we have the heated steering wheel button, and if you haven't lived with a heated steering wheel, well, you haven't lived yet through a winter. It's a marvellous thing to have your hands permanently warmed while you're driving. And we also have the cruise control and active speed limiter. While on the right hand stalk, we've got the rain sensitive wipers. And then down here in front of my right knee, we've got buttons for boot release and fog light, and the instrument binnacle dimmer. Very fully featured, very easy to use, very sensible ergonomics, and in such brilliant condition. This cockpit is pretty well as it left the factory. There are no marks, no blemishes, nothing anywhere to catch the eye and be displeasing. This car has been kept and looked after very finely indeed. Let's switch the engine off and take a look in the boot. The F-Type is not only a brilliant sports car, but it's a very practical daily driver too, if you wish, in particular because the boot is of enormous capacity for a two-seater. This car, by the way, has the extra cost powered tailgate, so simply pressing on the key fob and the tailgate moves up by itself out of the way, revealing over 300 litres of boot space. A slightly awkward shape boot, but as long as you pack soft-sided bags and not hard suitcases, you can get easily enough in here for several weeks away on an amazing road trip through Europe, perhaps. Under the boot floor, we've got a useful cubby hole there into which you might put your driving belongings out of the way for when you need them. Again, you can see everything here is in very fine order indeed. No marks, no stains, no blemishes of any kind, and no unpleasant odours either. Again, the powered tailgate moves down with a push of the button and then latches and locks itself in position. Coming to the passenger side of the car, and two-stage unlocking is enabled for safety and security, so a second button push is needed to unlock the passenger door. And then we can take a look again at a door card which I dare say is as it left the factory. It is perfect. No marks, no blemishes, no scratches. In excellent order, as is the dashboard, centre console, carpet and mat, and this beautiful jet leather performance seat in really stunning condition. Under the bonnet, and there is the supercharged V6, 3 litres, producing 395 horsepower, 20 more than in any previous F-Type V6, and powering this car from 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds and on to a top speed of 171 miles an hour. That 0 to 60 time, by the way, better than it would be with a manual gearbox, thanks to the amazingly quick shifting of the 8-speed ZF automatic, which is a feature of the F-Type range. Again, under the bonnet, you can see here everything is in perfect order, all as it should be, nothing out of place, nothing remarkable. And the service history on this car, by the way, mostly Jaguar main dealer with a couple of independent specialist services, and we will be having it serviced by our very good friends at Marshall Jaguar in Newbury, ready to pass on to the new owner. So thank you very much indeed for watching. It's been a great pleasure to show you this beautiful 400 Sport. We're Sports and Touring. We're just outside Andover in Hampshire, open 7 days a week by appointment only. You're very welcome to telephone, email or WhatsApp us if you've got any questions, or if you'd like to see this car in person or by video call. We can send you a link to the Google Drive. That's our online folder where you can see higher resolution photos, which you can zoom in on, and PDF copies of important documents like the service history. If you've got a car to dispose of, we'll give you frank and honest advice about the best way to achieve the maximum value with the minimum inconvenience. And if you'd like to chat about finance, we can do that as well. We're authorised and regulated by the FCA, and we work with a really brilliant broker. Do please take a few moments to read our reviews on Auto Trader. I'm very proud indeed of the things our previous customers say about us. And I'll close by saying thank you very much indeed for watching. Do please like and subscribe to us here on YouTube, and we will stand by to hear from you very soon.